I'm here today with Ray Stankiewicz, who is the new business development manager here at Matrix Group. He's also a digital cowboy and the producer of the Matrix Group video podcast series. And this podcast is part of that series.
Yep.
Ray, what's a podcast?
Well, a podcast is just an audio or a video file that you can produce and download. It's very similar to a radio show in which you just record your own content, you make it available to your membership, to your customers, or anyone that wants to learn more about it.
And what are the benefits of having a podcast or podcast series?
Well, there's a few different benefits to having a podcast or a series of podcasts. A podcast, because it's an audio or video tool, it's something that's very different and a lot more interactive and engaging than, say, a white paper or a press release or just content that people are reading on a web page. With a podcast, you can have a number of different people providing their own unique commentary or actually just showing a few different options with their video if they're demoing something or just walking through and actually giving people a sense of what they're talking about.
And Ray, where do these podcasts live?
Podcasts, they generally live on your own web server, and then through a combination of ways that you can actually tag a unique RSS file, you can make those available to podcast search tools such as the iTunes Music Store.
Or YouTube?
Yes, absolutely, or YouTube as well.
So how do I get started? How do I create a podcast?
Well, there's a few really simple ways to get started. All you need is a computer. Right here in the Matrix Group studio, we have just a Mac Tower, and it comes pre-installed with the iLife series. And there's a couple different software packages that really assist in that. So here we use a combination of GarageBand, as well as another program called Final Cut, and that helps us edit and splice together the different audio files, as well as the video files that we actually pull together to make this podcast. With GarageBand, you have some added abilities. You know, there's a lot of canned music and some of the other effects that can really bump up the shows. You can add, background music. You can add some intro effects that we've actually implemented on this podcast as well. With Final Cut, you have some better editing capabilities. You can add in title slides and a few different options that just help give the podcast a greater structure as well.
So it sounds like audio and video podcasts are another way to push out content, to educate customers and members and really engage with them, as well as probably, get the word out via social media.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just as we're really hearing it, a podcast is just another sort of tool in your overall toolkit. It's another way that a person, a customer, a member can actually just engage with your organization. Some people might not always be looking on your website. Everyone has a lot of things going on, but it's something that they may go and download and just listen to at their own convenience as well. So it's another sort of tool to just keep in mind. And like I said before, it's really just another tool that's very interactive and engaging as well.
And that's something that we can do for our clients, but certainly you explain to us the tools and they can do it themselves.
Sure. All you need really, as I described, is a computer with the appropriate software, which is pretty inexpensive, a quality microphone like we've got here, and then just some time. It's a pretty minimal time investment overall as well.
So what are you listening to on your iPod?
Well, it's a combination of things. In terms of podcasts that I've got on my own, I have a few different ones from the Washington Post that I like to listen to, as well as a few specific NPR shows. But one of the things that I always make sure to listen to is it's the iTunes Celebrity Playlist podcast. It comes out about every month or so, and it's just...
And is it interviews with celebrities?
It's a combination of interviews with celebrities, but they also pick out their own songs that they found inspirational, that they find interesting, that spoke to them usually as a musician. But it's all over the place, from popular recording artists to political figures. It's pretty all over the map, but it's a good podcast.
Excellent. I'll check it out. Thanks so much, Ray.
Thank you all. Thanks for watching the Matrix Minute. Don't forget to connect with us on our blog and social media. For more information, go to matrixgroup.net.